Part 1. You will hear a conversation between a man and a woman at an employment agency.
Hi there. Welcome to People Central. I'm Sarah. How can I help you?
Hi Sarah, I'm Mark. I'm out of work right now and I'd like to find a job.
I'm sure we can find something for you. We have lots of companies searching for people in different industries. What kind of job are you looking for?
I'm looking for a job in accountancy.
Fine. I'm sure we can help you out with that. To begin with, I need to take some personal details for our files. You said your first name is Mark. What's your surname?
It's Castle. C-A-S-T-L-E.
Thank you. And I need your address.
It's 13 Wellington Street, South Brisbane, Queensland.
And the postcode?
It's 4101.
Now I need your date of birth.
It's 30th of May, 1988.
Thank you. Let me just write that down. What was the month again?
May, the 30th of May, 1988.
Got it. Do you have an email address we can have?
Yes. Let me think for a second which is best.
Do you have more than one?
Yes, I've got 3.
Really?
Okay, I think I know. The address you can use is markc@australianow.com.
Okay, just a minute. I have to write that all down. Did you say the provider is australianow.com?
That's right.
Good. Now, what contact phone numbers do you want to give me?
My home number is 07 3554 7671.
Do you have a mobile phone number as well? As that's often the easiest way to get hold of people.
Of course, my mobile number is 046 9153 443.
Thanks. Now, let me look at the form. Yes, there's just one more initial question left, and that is whether you have any preferred areas where you'd like to work.
I don't really want to travel too far from home, so the area of Brisbane, of course. And I suppose anywhere within a drive of about 2 hours.
Now, do you have your professional certificates?
Yes, here you are. They're all in this file.
I'll need to make some copies, but our copier is down. Do you mind if I keep them for a day?
I have scans of all of them. I can send them to you in a moment from my phone. You can just check the originals now.
That's a good idea. I'll do that in a second. Now, we've got a selection of different companies looking for an accountant right now. Let's have a look at this first one. It's a big printing company down that coast called Gold Coast Printing. It's about an hour away, and you can drive there quite easily.
I know that company. I can also get a train there quite easily, which I prefer, as it takes away the stress of the drive. I hate driving too far and buses are always too slow for me.
Well, that's handy then. So, Gold Coast Printing needs someone full-time, starting as soon as possible. The working hours are 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. For details about what exactly you'd be doing and the benefits package, you'll need to talk with the company itself. We just get you together.
It's certainly a possibility.
I've another company here that needs a part-time accountant starting next month. They're an import-export company, and they have a Brisbane city centre location. Parking might be a problem, but the bus or tram would get you there easily.
Yes, the travel is no headache and it'd be fun to work in the city centre, but I'm not sure about a part-time job. I'll probably need to earn more than that can provide.
Yes, that might be a problem. Let's look at the next one then. It's a fishing company called Barracuda, down on the docks at the Brisbane River. They're a small family firm and they need a full-time accountant to help them with their expansion.
That would be very interesting, but I usually prefer larger companies. When it's a small company, there can often be problems with personal relationships.
Well, that's the 3 possibilities that we have right now, though I know we might be getting some more next week.
Well, I was quite interested in Gold Coast Printing. I can get in contact with them and then see what comes in next week.
Okay, I'll set up a meeting for you with them.
By the way, do I need to pay you anything for placing me?
The company who we place you with will pay us, but you aren't charged any commission at all.
Oh, good. That's great for me.
Part 2. You will hear a supervisor at Holly's supermarket talking to a group of new employees.
Welcome to Holly's supermarket. I'm sure you'll all enjoy working in our dedicated team here. So, what will you be doing? Well, we're open Monday through Sunday, so you'll need to be able to work weekends as well as irregular weekday shifts. These sometimes start at 5 a.m. or finish at 11 p.m. Your duties will include checking and unpacking lorry deliveries, as well as working on the shop floor, stocking shelves and so on. But you'll only be required to do manual lifting if the goods are light. When the store is very busy, you'll also have to assess changing priorities. For example, if there's a queue at the tills, you'll jump on a spare one to help. If you notice something's been spilt and the surface is a little bit wet, you'll get a mop to clean it up. No need to check with the manager first. Similarly, if bakery items are selling quickly, you'll help cook some more. And if a customer can't find, say, the apples, you'll instantly leave what you're doing and show them. But you'll still get time off to relax too, of course. We pride ourselves on a positive attitude here. A little small talk shows you're interested in the customers and are providing excellent service, just as long as you don't overdo it and keep another customer waiting. And always smile. It forces you to stay positive, and being generally upbeat makes your whole team happy too. This increases efficiency and gives a good impression to customers. If it's quiet, help someone pack their bags. Customers really appreciate it, especially when they've bought more than they expected to. Staying calm's also a necessity. If a customer's unhappy for any reason, keep cool and call for a supervisor to help diffuse a situation if things are getting out of hand. Occasionally, when working tills, you'll find yourself waiting for someone to extract their wallet from the bottom of a cluttered bag, while a long queue of annoyed customers builds up. You have to make sure, however hard it might be, that you remain composed. So, now let's look at the plan of the supermarket. Have you all got your plans? OK, good. We'll start with the staff entrance. Today you came in through the customer entrance, clearly marked on the bottom of your plan, but in future you'll enter through the door in the top left-hand corner of the diagram. Please don't confuse this with the emergency exits in the top right-hand corner and bottom left. It's very important that these are kept clear at all times. Regarding the manager's office, some of you may have attended interviews here when it was next to the newspaper and magazine sales area. However, it's recently been moved and is now the circular space marked on the right of your plans. When the manager's not on the shop floor, that's where you'll find her. The storage and unpacking area. You may be asked to help out here, both before and after opening hours. This is represented by the largest of the 4 rectangles in the top section of the plan. It tends to get very busy there at times, so please be careful on entering and leaving this area. There's a kitchen on site where food and drinks are prepared for customers. It has specialist staff, but some of you may have to fill in occasionally. On the plan, it's shown by the triangular shape to the left of the tinned goods aisle. It's very busy, as many customers like to take a break in the cafe and read a newspaper before or after doing their shopping. Cleaning equipment is stored in a cupboard. It's the smaller of the two squares marked near the vegetable and fruit section, and can come in very handy. You'd be surprised how often we have to mop up squashed tomatoes or grapes. Finally, you'll be pleased to know there's a separate staff relaxation area. This is at the top of your plan, between the frozen goods section and the exit. As well as comfortable chairs, there's also a microwave for heating up snacks and a drinks dispenser. So, let's go there now.
Section 3. You will hear two students called Josh and Emily discussing an assignment on applying scientific techniques to art.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Josh. Are you ready to work on the assignment?
Yeah. Now, we need to describe how modern scientific techniques are being used in the field of art history.
Right. And Dr. Abbott suggested that we choose some famous cases to illustrate the argument.
Okay, so what have you found?
Well, there's a Canadian forensic scientist called Biro.
Yes, I think I've heard of him.
What do you know about him?
Well, I'm a big fan of Jackson Pollock.
The modern American artist. Didn't he paint those really huge abstract paintings?
That's him.
I guess it would be pretty easy to fake one of those paintings.
No way, Emily. I know a lot of people think that even a child could paint one. To the untrained eye, they might look simple, but they're incredibly intricate works of art.
Well, sorry, but I really can't agree with you. Anyway, what did Biro find out?
Well, Biro worked on a case where a client asked him to prove that a painting she bought for only $5 was an authentic Jackson Pollock.
So was it a fake?
Well, Biro found evidence to show it was a genuine Pollock, but the art world didn't accept his findings.
Why?
Well, one critic said that compared to other Pollocks, the white and yellow lines on the painting were too straight.
Come on, Josh. That doesn't seem that convincing.
No, you're right. It is a bit weak. But the strongest argument was that there were no records of previous owners. For the painting to be authentic, you really should be able to trace the painting all the way back to the artist's studio.
Well, that's true, I suppose. Did they consult with anyone else?
The International Foundation for Art Research got involved.
And what was their verdict?
Well, they saw a definite similarity in the painting techniques used.
You mean the way Pollock dripped the oils on the canvas?
Yeah. And they noted the dirt and paint marks on the back, which all of Pollock's paintings have.
Why's that?
He used to lie his canvases down on the ground when he painted them. But the foundation were worried about the acrylic paint that was used on the painting. It's quite common now, but it was very unusual back in Pollock's day.
So it was probably painted much later.
Right.
So whose side are we on in this argument?
When it comes to art, you can see the art critic's point. If their knowledge and expertise tells them that it definitely isn't a Pollock painting, shouldn't we believe them? I mean, that is usually how it works in the art world, isn't it?
Art historians have always judged paintings, but things are changing now. If we have modern scientific techniques like fingerprint analysis, why not use them?
That's true. Well, maybe we need a combination.
I think you're right. So did you find out anything else, Josh?
Well, have you ever heard of a painting called The Battle of Anghiari?
I have, actually. It's the lost masterpiece by Leonardo da Vinci, the famous Italian artist. What about it?
Well, an Italian art analyst called Seracini thinks he knows where it is, and he's using scientific techniques to help locate it.
How?
Well, art historians knew where the painting was last seen.
That's right, in the Hall of the 500 in Florence.
Right. So, Serracini had a theory that the painting was still there, and he set out to prove it. He used a lot of different technology, like radar and thermographic cameras, but initially he scanned every inch of the hall with a laser in order to make a really accurate 3D model of the building's design.
Did he think the painting was hidden in the building somewhere?
Exactly. Then, to find out what the hall looked like in Leonardo's time, he took pictures of it with a thermographic camera.
Couldn't he have used ultrasound to do that?
Not really. Different types of building materials produce different amounts of radiation, and you can really see those differences in a thermal image.
So, brick would look different from wood or glass, for example?
Yes. Serracini worked out what the building looked like when it was first built, and what renovations took place after that. He found that 2 large glass windows on the east wall had been removed and filled in by the time Da Vinci started work on his painting, leaving a space big enough for it.
But why hasn't the painting been seen for 400 years?
To answer that question, Serracini needed to study that wall even more closely.
Did he use the thermographic camera again?
No, this time he used another kind of technology, radar.
And what did that show?
It showed there were in fact 2 walls there, an older one and a newer one built in front of it.
So does Serracini believe that Da Vinci's painting is on the concealed wall?
Yes, on a stone wall concealed by the newer brick wall.
So, what's the next stage in the investigation?
Well, he isn't allowed to remove any plaster or bricks, so he's now experimenting with a gamma-ray camera to try and verify his theory.
Well, I think we've got some really strong examples there of how science can help art. Let's see if we can type up an outline.
Section 4. You will hear part of a lecture for teacher trainees on using drama activities in the classroom.
So now we're going to look at some of the reasons why it's beneficial to include drama activities, such as role play, in your teaching practice in a range of subject areas. There's a lot of evidence to show that drama helps a child's personal development. Firstly, creating the space for children to express themselves freely in a group situation helps to give them confidence in their own opinions and ideas. And, of course, drama activities can work especially well for shy or introverted children who usually don't participate in other types of classroom situations. Secondly, unscripted improvisation activities where children work from their imagination, if done in a supportive way, give children the opportunity to gain experience in taking risks and encourage them to say things that they might normally be afraid to say. Drama can also support the child's educational development. For example, the emphasis placed on cooperative activities in drama means that group members must learn the value of listening to one another. Being involved in any sort of performance which relies on everyone working together and playing their part also helps children to be responsible, not only for their learning, but for their general behavior. These are just a couple of ways in which drama can benefit a child's learning. Now I'd like to look at how role play can be such a valuable learning tool in the classroom. The value of role play for children who are having difficulties as a means of therapy is now widely accepted. The experience of doing a role play where children act out aspects of their own life without explicitly stating that it is a direct representation of their own experiences can help children to judge their own behavior in an objective way. One obvious example would be doing a role reversal with a bully role-playing a victim. Because this approach doesn't involve direct confrontation, it may help the bully to see his or her behavior in a different light. More generally, role play also allows the teacher to explore potentially controversial or taboo subjects in a safe setting in which children feel at ease. It's obviously essential for children to feel they won't be criticized or judged for voicing certain views. Getting children to examine their thoughts and opinions carefully can lead to a deeper self-knowledge and a stronger awareness of morality. This is an important factor in developing social skills. Let's look at a specific subject area now and think about how drama can enrich the learning process for the study of history. Bringing characters from the past to life in the classroom by doing classroom drama activities is an easy way to improve the level of the children's participation in the lesson. So, drama in the history classroom makes for a livelier atmosphere, but getting children to reenact scenes from history can also be extremely useful, as it helps them to remember what happened and why it was important, as well as helping to bring the past alive. Another way of doing this is to ask children to find solutions to historical problems using role play. This can help to focus attention on why certain decisions were taken. For example, children can be asked to decide how best to defend their town from attack or where to build a new settlement. Okay, what I'd like to do now is to think about your next teaching practice session and in groups discuss how you would incorporate an element of drama into your lesson plan.